Hey everyone, welcome. Today we're diving into a really powerful 14-day internal detox. We're going to look at how cutting just one thing from your diet while adding in a few key superfoods can literally reboot your body's most important systems. Ready? Let's get into it. So let me just ask you this right up front. What if you could feel calmer, more focused, leaner, and just plain healthier in only 2 weeks? I know, it sounds like a huge promise, but the science behind how this works is absolutely fascinating. And, there's a real reason we're talking about this. Get this. About 10% of the entire world's population is affected by kidney disease. Our kidneys are basically our body's master filters, and when they get overloaded, nasty stuff starts to build up in our blood. The good news? We can totally support them, and that's exactly what this reboot is all about. So, what's the core of this whole thing? It's actually super simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. It all comes down to this. You completely stop eating sugar for 2 weeks. And we're going to break down exactly what happens inside your body when you take on that challenge. Okay, let's be real for a second. The first few days are going to be the toughest. I'm not going to lie. Your body is literally switching its main fuel source, and that transition can feel, well, a little rough. But you have to stick with it, because this is where the real transformation begins. People call this the hurdle phase, and during these 3 days, you might even feel like some things are getting a bit worse before they get better. That's totally normal. It's because your body is building brand new cellular machinery, new enzymes, to learn how to run on fat for fuel instead of sugar. It's a major internal upgrade, and it just takes a minute. But you don't have to just suffer through it. Dr. Berg has a few key tips to make it way smoother. First, obviously, is to get rid of all the sugar. But the pro tips are steps 2 and 3. Add B vitamins, they're crucial for energy, and get some extra potassium to help your body manage its fluids. This little combo can help you sidestep most of those nasty symptoms. Now, while your body's making this huge switch, you want to give it the absolute best fuel you can. This means loading up on powerful, proactive superfoods that actually ease the burden on your kidneys and support this whole detox process. So, say hello to your new best friends for the next 2 weeks. These guys are fantastic allies because they're naturally low in sodium, potassium, and phosphorus, 3 things that can really stress out the kidneys when they're working hard. Let's take a closer look at a couple of these to see why they're so great. Let's start with red grapes. We're talking about an antioxidant powerhouse. They are just packed with vitamin C and these amazing plant compounds called flavonoids, which all kinds of research has linked to better heart health. And here's the proof right here. In a half cup, you're looking at a tiny 1.5 milligrams of sodium and only 15 of phosphorus. I mean, those numbers are incredibly low, which makes them the perfect kidney-friendly snack while you're doing this reboot. Next up, blueberries. Honestly, these are one of the best sources of antioxidants you can possibly eat, period. The powerful stuff inside them has been shown to help protect against everything from heart disease to diabetes. And the numbers for blueberries, just as impressive. For a whole cup, you get that same tiny amount of sodium as grapes, but with even less potassium. This is exactly the kind of nutrient profile you want to be feeding your body during this whole process. Okay, so you've powered through those first few days. You're fueling your body with these incredible foods. So what happens next? Well, this is where you start to see and feel this amazing cascade of positive results through your entire body. For me, this is the most crucial part, the massive shift in your mood and energy. All those groggy, tired, and bloated feelings start to just fade away, and they're replaced by this feeling of calm, focus, and leanness. It isn't just a physical change, it's a huge mental and emotional one too. And the physical changes can be pretty stunning. In the first week alone, some people can lose up to 13 pounds. Now, yeah, a lot of that is water weight that your body's been holding on to, but it is a massive, immediate result that you can actually see and feel. One of the best ways to tell it's working is your waistline. When you cut sugar, your stomach literally starts to shrink. It's a direct response as your body finally lets go of all that excess water and starts burning stored fat right from your midsection. And what's happening on the inside starts to show on the outside. When you're eating a lot of sugar, your insulin levels are always spiking, which can lead to things like acne. By lowering that insulin, your skin starts to clear up, and you get that healthy glow back. Okay, so we've seen the results, but what's actually going on inside your body to make this happen? Let's dive into the science for a minute to really understand why the switch is so incredibly powerful. So a huge problem with a high sugar diet is something called insulin resistance. Think of it like this.
Your cells get so bombarded by a constant flood of sugar that they just stop listening to insulin, which is the hormone that lets fuel in. This blocks not just sugar, but other vital nutrients too. When you cut the sugar, you quiet all that noise, and your cells can finally get the proper fuel and nutrition they've been starving for.
And what is that new fuel source? Ketones. They're these little energy molecules made from fat when there's no sugar around. And as Dr. Berg explains, ketones are like a super premium fuel, especially for your brain. They even support the growth of new nerve cells, which helps explain why people feel so much more focused and clear-headed. This whole process also kicks off a major spring cleaning for your internal organs. Your liver, which might have been storing a bunch of excess fat, starts to release it to be burned as energy. And critically, by removing that constant sugar overload, your kidney function improves dramatically, which is so important for your long-term health.
So there you have it. The science, the steps, and the incredible results. It's a clear, actionable 2-week journey that can completely transform how you feel. Truly, from the inside out.
And that really brings us to the final thought. This isn't just about what you lose, like weight or cravings. It's really about what you gain: energy, focus, and a real sense of control over your own health. So the question I'll leave you with is, what could 14 days change for you?